So let's continue our profile setup, account setup page. Yeah, and in this part we're gonna finish up the account setup. So I'm gonna go to my database over here, and now if you remember how we used to store the user data while we register the user on a register activity, the same way we're gonna work with the profile setup, but we're not gonna authenticate user, because if you remember from login activity, we are actually logged in. We are just sending the user to this page to finish setting up his account. So what we are gonna do is, once the user press the submit button, what it should do is submit button dot set on click listener, new on click listener. So once user clicks on submit button, it should start setup account. All right, so let's create this method, and once this method is created, what we actually want to do, we want to retrieve a string from the name field, and I'm going to call it name. So setup name field dot get text to string trim. All right, so once we get the name, we also want to get the profile URI. So string image URI, and this is going to be equal to, actually this is not going to be equal to anything, but what we need to do is we are going to create a private URI variable, and this is going to be image URI. So I'll set it to null for right now. All right, and what we are gonna do, once the user selects the image and after the crop returns something, what it actually should do is, instead of storing the URI inside the result URI, it should do it with image URI. So once someone crops the image, our image image URI will be filled with the URI of the cropped image. All right, so next thing that we want to do is, if text utils, all right, what's happening, text utils dot is empty name. So if the name is empty, name is not empty, only then it should work the rest of the function. But we don't want the user to actually select the, actually let's do that, and not image URI equals, sorry, this is not how we write it. Image URI is not equal to null, only then it should proceed. So if the text is filled and URI is filled, only then they'll be able to work the rest. So what we are going to do after both are filled is we're going to store it inside our database. So we're going to do the rest. Private database reference, this is going to be database users, and here we set up database users dot, sorry, equals Firebase database dot get instance get reference child users. All right, so what we are going to do inside this is database users dot child, and the child is going to be the user ID, if you guys remember from previous parts. So what we are going to do is string user ID equals auth. Now we don't have any auth setup yet, so we need that as well. So private Firebase auth auth, and here we do the setup. So auth equals Firebase auth dot get instance. So here we go, auth dot get current user dot get UID. So this is going to be the user ID. So the child is going to be user ID dot child again, and this child is going to be name field. If you remember from our register activity, that's how we created over here, with name, set value, and image to default. So here name, we're gonna set it to the name field that we have just set value. Then lastly, database users dot child user ID dot child image, and this is going to be, instead of setting it to default, what we are going to do actually is we need to upload the image first, and then it should proceed to setting up the URI. So let's just comment um, this part. All right, and let's proceed to uploading the image. So uploading image is really easy, as you guys may already remember. So let's take a look at the example here. So let me just go to the doc, get started guide, and make sure we have included the storage. Yeah, we have already included the storage library. So where is it? Let me just close everything for once, and we will just open the required files. And bam. Now where is it? The setup activity. All right, so here we go. So storage, get started. I sometimes forget things. So this is Firebase storage. We need to create a storage reference. Yep, now I remember. So private storage reference, this is going to be mStorage image. All right, then we're going to set it over here. mStorage image equals Firebase storage dot get instance dot get reference, and this is going to be root. Inside that we will be creating profile images. Everybody will store the profile images inside this directory. So here what we are going to do, we have a file path which is the image URI. The file path we need to actually create. So storage reference file path equals storage image dot child, and this is actually going to be the name of the child, name of the object we are storing. So right now let's just set it to the image that user is selecting, and then we're going to change it to random in the next part. So what we are going to do, image URI dot get last path segment. Then we have file path dot put file, and this is going to be image URI dot on success listener, and here we type in the code that should work after the image is uploaded successfully. So this is this one over here. So after the image is uploaded, we are going to store the user. All right, so set value is going to be equal to the download URI of our uploaded image. So what we are going to do, string download URI equals, and this is going to be task snapshot dot get download URL. All right, and this is going to be stored inside here. So download URI. Let's see if it works, and then we can finish off the rest later. Just to make sure that it is working fine, we're going to run it just once. So let it work. Gradle build finished. And one more thing that I wanted to tell you guys, that today I'm going to start posting articles on the website. You guys can go ahead and check out the article sections of tvac.in. So I'll be posting really short tips and tricks that many of you guys have already asked me to do a tutorial on, but we don't need to do the tutorial for really short things. I'll be posting articles on that. So I'm going to select the image, go to gallery, and I'm going to use this as my profile pic. Square, pretty square. And let's hit the crop button. I'm going to enter my name and hit done and finish setup. Now we don't have any progress bar yet, and the server has terminated. That's because of the permissions we need to change. Storage, yep, those are the blog images actually. Let me just check the error once again. Firebase, the server has terminated upload session, user does not have permissions. So all right, so we have set it to auth equals to null, but we need to again set it back to not null. So now the users are actually able to log in, so we can work with this one. So once it is done, Actually we haven't added any toast message, so we can't actually see, or the only way to see us what's happening is to go to the database. So there you go, the user name is added and also the profile pic. So that's actually what we exactly wanted. So now what we are going to do, we're going to throw the user back to the main activity, and we're going to start working with the rest of the functions. So this is it for this part, and we can finish it later in next part. So see you guys in next part.